So here's what we got. We got a 2005 Colorado with the Ford 1-ton rear end, Dana 60 high pinion front. I know I got to get 2 more wheels. I ordered 2 wheels and put those tires on it to make sure that they're gonna work. They're gonna work. So we got 2 more ordered for the front. I know this looks like a nightmare, and it is. But this is a 5.3 liter LS motor stuffed in here, hooked to a 4L60E transmission, which will be run on a standalone harness. This is the wiring harness I built for this. It just needs to be tidied up, finished up, loomed up, and then this should be good. I'm waiting on a starter. I don't have a starter for it yet, and then I can see if I can make it make noise. I have a flashed computer. VATS has been deleted. So this should be fun. This is what I've been working on. Currently working on building some spring mounts for the front axle. It's proving to be quite difficult. I went with leaf springs because I thought it would be easier than hacking up the front diff over here to put a 4-link bar in. But so far, not so much. I've got the original Ford bracket that goes on the bottom. I've been trying to figure out a way to build some plates to mount that's going to be strong enough. So far I haven't done anything that I haven't come up with anything that I liked yet. So yeah, it's a gem, man. Typical New York truck, rotted out. Got a few dents in this door from the last off-road adventure it was on. Same with the box. She's pretty crusty, body-wise. Frame's still very solid, just very scaly. So this is all gonna get, most of this is gonna get cut out anyway. Clearance the tires. These rockers, they're gonna get cut out and just get boxed in, put steel rockers in, welded right to the frame. And I haven't decided. I might not even keep this box. This box is really rough. It's crispy. Bumpers going. Trailer hitch is going. This bumper is all rotted out over here. We're going to build some nice bumpers for it. This side's better. Not by much. Still very rotten. The frame's just got that scaly. But we're going to needle scale all that up and paint it. Get some Rust-Oleum on it. The OG shop truck. Unfortunately, we're not doing any customer work anymore. This fender is really nice. Like I said, we're not doing any customer work anymore because this is all I want to do. I want to work on my stuff, and I have a full-time job now working for a buddy of mine in his shop. I got to change that steering box out for a different one. That's just temporary, so I could wheel it in and out of the shop. But yeah, this should be a fun little project, and I'm going to start making a little more videos on this as I go. All the little odds and ends stuff that I got to finish up, and the shift cables, and getting the transfer case in it yet. But this is a little sneak peek at what I've been doing, and I should have videoed all this, but I have a bad tendency of just getting headlong into something and getting it done, and this is where I decided that I should probably start recording it. So So we're back working on the Colorado, and I just recently found the starter for it. We're going to get this cleaned up. I know this works, kind of. Pretty sure it works. We're going to get it ready to put on. So here we go. See if we can find 7mm. Set that over there where I can lose it. Along with that, we'll rummage through our bolt collection here. One of these days, I'm gonna have to clean up this disaster I got going on, because I just can't. I can't function. I can't do it. Let's see. Just got a mess going on somewhere on this toolbox, I thought. Maybe was the starter bolts. I may be incorrect in that. They might be in the box of bolts. Where's the box of bolts? Working on your projects is about 90% of looking for that bolt that thing that you just had. 10% actually doing it. Well, let's see. I'll find the bolts and then I'll be back with you. So we found some bolts. They are not the right ones, so that's going to work perfect. I give them a ride on the old Angry Porcupine. Cleaned them up. We're going to find some washers to take up some space because, you know, they're just a little bit too long. Something I've never heard of. And we're going to get the starter jammed in there and see if this thing will roll over. I know it's not going to run. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it'll run. Let's see. Alright, let's get this thing jammed in here. Should be fairly easy. It's all open down here. Oh, yeah. It's gonna love it. Oh, that's gonna be way too long. Perfect. Ooh. That should be fun. That's not gonna work. Tools. This. What are you? Hey. That'll work. Yep. Nope. Well, I really wished I could have those starter bolts that I know I set aside specifically so that I would not lose them. I set them somewhere and said, I'll remember where they're at because I'm going to need them again. I don't know where that's at. So, for now, we're just going to stack some washers on it. Sketchy. Man, I hit those good. One of these days I'll do a video on just the piles of junk that's laying around here. Oh yeah. That's way good. Way good. Now, just need to do some wiring, which is going to require a trip out to Clifford. I'll be right back. I guess this means time to do some wiring and have a wobbly pop. That's good. Let me know down in the comments what y'all drink for wobbly pops. Or if you don't drink, that's cool. I used to drink a lot of the Keystones. But then I got that fabulous coronavirus. And now, I can't stand the taste of that stuff no more. It is terrible. Everybody says it wasn't that good to start with, but I like it. It was good. Now what did I do with that there? Got that nut. Perfect. We should probably heat shrink that, huh? Do I guess? I don't. Set that there where it absolutely will knock it off and lose it. Give her the old lighter touch. And then it'll be nice and hot, and I'll grab right a hold of it first thing. Absolutely. Perfect. So while that's cooling down, I'll tell you, you may or may not have noticed that the front axle was not attached, or is not attached currently here. We're going to ditch the leaf springs. They got to go. I can't make them work the way they need to work. It's not going to be strong enough. It's going to be sketchy. And the rest of this is already sketchy enough. So I bought some tube. I bought some links. Bought some mounts. This is going to be 3-linked or radius armed. It's basically a Jeep kit. It's about the same size as a Jeep. And we're going to have to cut the end of that axle housing back to make room for our link mounts on the end of the axle tube. Now, I've never done it, obviously. I've watched a lot of people do it on YouTube, so I know that's how you do it. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun. That should be cooled down now. Let's find that socket that I just had 13 seconds ago, and I bet I lost already. And then we can get to, what are you? We can get to the rest of the stuff here. Let's get a little illumination on the situation, shall we? So I can see. Oh yeah, that's better. Perfect. That up there, out of the way where it belongs. You on there. That on there. Yeah. That's skookum. Get that off there before that slaps me in the head. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe. Perfect. There goes the illumination. Fail. Light drop counter. Get our start, our hot wire. Further out of the way. That right back in its little happy home there. So it's nice and tucked out of the way. This starter is going to be really nice to get to if I ever need to change it. Still got a lot of stuff to do. We still got a couple broken bolts in the manifolds we got to get off. Still got some mounts here on the side of the frame rails that's got to come off. Still got some mounts on the frame rails that's got to come off. Still got the front axle to do. We still got get the transfer case in. Shift cables, drive shafts. We're going to have to notch a cross member back there, which is going to be tricky because that holds the gas tank in. Speaking of gas tank, we got to redo some gas lines. I need to tighten that starter nut up before I forget that. What size do y'all think that is? Well, there's a conveniently located 13. Maybe that'll fit. Oh, not so much. 14. Where do you live at? 14. Ratchet. Maybe. Not a whole lot of room there. Really could have used an extension. Me and my big mount. Oh, it'd be easy, he said. Oh, add to the list, torque converter bolt. Finish up the wiring. Wire up the transmission. That should be fun. That's just a Scamazonian standalone harness. Anybody ever used one of them? Do they work all right? I don't know. When I had the computer flashed, I had it flashed for a manual tranny or like a Turbo 400 non-electronic. So maybe I have an MV3500. We might stuff that in this till we break that. Because this truck was standard shift, so all the pedals and everything are already there. It's already plumbed, and the throwout bearing takes the same plug-in. So I'm not set on the 4L60E because I know it's a tranny, but it's in there. And that's what we had the transfer case from, because I had a match set. Down the road, we might go to a standard shift. We're probably going to go to a standard shift and a heavier transfer case. I would really like to go with either a 4-speed NP205 or even an NV3500 with a doubler and an NP205. Get that real low gear ratio. I don't plan on driving this on the road. In New York State here, they would laugh at it because the check engine light's going to be on. But who knows? Maybe one day we'll make it streetable, make it street legal. But for right now, the goal is to make it run and move under its own power. So let's do that. Here we go. All right, let's get the battery hooked up, and I think we should be ready to see if it spins over. This is by no means ready to run. I know there's oil in it. There's no coolant hooked up to it. The gas lines are hooked up, but I don't know. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. We'll get the battery hooked up. Don't judge the battery terminals. That's what we had laying around. I know. Ooh, Arky Sparkies. This is very hard to do one-handed. Let's get... Got that. Where is... Right here. Should we take a pre-attempt? Nice and cold. All right, there's that. Now, let's make sure that there's nothing in the... Because it does have a serpentine belt on it. There's no fan. But, let's see. Here we go. See if I can get in here. Yeah. Oh boy. Ooh. Got lights on the dash. It's very unhappy, but nothing. The lights dim. The lights work. That's impressive. Let's see. So this does have a safety neutral switch in it. I wonder if the safety neutral switch has to be bypassed from the old harness to the new harness. Stand by. All right, so jumped across the safety neutral switch, that didn't do it. Got a relay clicking up here. I'm gonna do some diagnostics, boring stuff, figure out what's going on here, and then I'll let you know when I know. So grab you a wobbly pop and we'll get back with you. Alright, here's what we got. Somewhere in the harness, going from an automatic to a standard, we lost the signal wire from the ignition switch over to there, to the yellow and black. There's a yellow and black wire somewhere that's missing. It's got to go to the starter signal side of the relay. But in my infinite sketchiness, I have a wire. That wire goes to where the other one should go. So in theory, if we turn the key on, which it still is, and we take this wire and we touch this wire to the hot side of the battery and give it 12 volts, it should do something. So here goes nothing. Let's touch this to there. All right. It rolls over. Good deal. Let's see if we can make it say something. Give her a little toot. I can't do this one-handed here. Well, that should be plenty. See what it does now. It does nothing because I'm an idiot. Because the spark plug wires are over here in a pile. Let's put them on, and then we'll see if we can make it make noise. All right, let's see now. Let's key on, have ignition. We'll turn the headlights off. We don't need that. Come over here, do some clicky touchy things. Got our spark plug wires on. Take our magic wire and see what happens. Nothing. Let's give her another shot of the good stuff. See if I can do this one-handed again. You know what I just thought of? There's a big giant hole here in the side of the intake manifold. Right there. That ain't gonna work now, is it? Stand by. Alright. Did some questionable shenanigans there. Don't ask questions. Let's turn our key back on, give ourselves some ignition. Keys on. magic wire, and clear prop. She got any juices? Do we have ignition? We should have ignition. Pretty sure we have ignition. Let's give her some more of the good stuff. This is hard to do one-handed. Sorry, guys. How much of that went in there, you think? Not much, eh? Alright. One more time. So I'm going to assume that we don't have any ignition. We don't have coils. We're missing something. Well, let's see. So as I'm editing this, I just realized that I never really filmed an outro to this. I'm not real good at that. So this is the end of part 1. We'll pick it up later in part 2 with maybe a little bit of diag as to why we don't have spark. Got a couple ideas. I'm going to dig through some wiring diagrams and see what we can come up with. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. There's more. Hit that like button. Leave me a comment. What's your favorite kind of wobbly pop? Or what your favorite kind of drink is in general. Hit us up.